Alright, 15 and a half cameras later.
Yep.
Alright.
Holy crap. Alright. How's it going, Skyler?
It's going pretty good. How's it going for you?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Good.
How's your Christmas been?
It was good. It was good. You know, got a camera there. That one.
How much was that camera?
It's like $800, bro.
Nice. You said you spent an extra $200 on a microphone too?
Yeah, mobile microphone. It was with plans for probably continuing that Adventure Reborn series coming this summer. Kind of figured I should probably get a mic.
Get a nice little upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just got my new phone right there, iPhone 14. It works really well as far as it goes. I have the cinematic option on it.
Mm. So this is the first podcast I'm recording.
Nice.
And you get to be on it.
I know. I'm very excited, actually.
Yes. It's lit.
I've never been on a podcast, though, so...
No?
If I don't end up continuing conversation for very long, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I made an announcement on Instagram that I was doing, like, a podcast. I got a lot of people that wanted to freaking be on it. There's this, he's a conservative influencer, basically, but his name's Jesse Ryan. He was responsible for, like, the Keep America American brand. He wants to be on.
Oh, nice. So have you guys arranged a date or time anymore?
Not yet. It's going to be a Discord call thing because, it's a little bit of an issue because he lives in, what is it, Texas? Florida?
Oh,
I think
okay.
It's Florida because he had issues with the hurricanes.
Alright, yeah. So, like, getting over there all the way here just for a podcast.
That's a little bit rough on the wallet, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that would be a good idea for you guys to have a podcast. It would especially affect your channel, too.
Oh, yeah, it would be good. For sure.
How many subscribers do you have right now?
650, 660. It went up quite a bit after the little Oompaville thing.
Oh.
Did I explain that to you, what I did exactly?
No.
So I sent a package to Oompaville before the whole, like, Nikocado avocado blow up.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, he's been hanging out, like, had Nikocado avocado hanging out at his place recently. I'm sure you saw.
At Oompaville's place?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I sent Oompaville a package in the mail. And it was just full of, like, this crazy stuff, like random things from the channel and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
This is a shirt, I think, that this kid got shot at. Ah! I don't think that's real.
And he opened it live on stream.
Oh,
so
nice.
It had, like, a lot of the, like, just cool stuff from the channel. I said who it was from and everything. And it had a picture of me, Jacob, and Isaiah, and Jesse, and he put it, like, right up to the camera. He was like, is this the fam? You guys look cool as f***.
This is the fam? Oh my god, y'all look cool as f***. You guys look like you posted up on Ruby Ridge or some shit.
So,
Bro just got approved by Oompaville himself.
Yes. Dude, that was so cool. I was psyched.
Yeah, I watched a few of his videos, especially for Nikocado Avocado.
Yes. Yep, that's why everybody's watching him right now. The Nikocado avocado thing blew everybody away.
I forgot what else he does. Does he review the Life of Luxury channel?
He has a couple of times. I think he was responsible for the poop shoot. It's the poop shoot!
Oh yeah, I remember. We recorded some Life of Luxury reactions.
We did. We sure did, buddy.
It was for sure a blast, especially for me.
Yeah.
After eating the special cookies.
He had to turn his head sideways to get through the door. It's like,
didn't even need to ask them. Yeah, that was a pretty good time. It was like, look at this very low standard acting they're performing. Let's point out every stupid thing they do.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they've become self-aware, like really self-aware of like their whole thing. Mm-hmm. One of their most recent videos, it was like they got like an email. It's always a woman, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this woman with just huge breasts, like could not be anywhere near real, like porn star level, right? Mm-hmm. And they get this like letter or whatever. And they're like, oh, well, we gotta go see her. Because, of course, Parker's like, we have to go see her, So they freaking go out there, and it's this dude. And they're like, where is what's her face? And he's like, I'm what's her face. He's like, you guys just got catfished. And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, you only respond to women. Like, I needed help, so I just catfished you.
Bro, yeah.
And they go out there, that guy gets himself killed. It's a whole crazy thing. Honestly, you guys should go watch it. It was funny as shit.
Yeah, sometimes you can't tell if, like, they're being ironic or not, if they're, like, aware of what their audience is saying to them. Like,
Yeah, dude, I don't freaking know. Who knows?
it's hard to tell. Something about me feels like Nikocado Avocado is definitely self-aware.
Yeah, well,
Because obviously,
sure he is.
obviously the slightest reasonable person would either stop what they're doing, turn their life around, or quit acting the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
He has continued all of that, obviously for the... obviously because of his, well, should I even say fan base?
Yeah, I
Like,
guess. I guess.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, obviously for that, he continues the way he acts, which is reasonable because, hey, you're now an icon. Take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Be as entertaining and stupid as you can possibly be, because that is
Yup.
your primary income at the moment.
Dude, that guy, I was so confused for a while whether he was like, it was like, fake, or whether he was just freaking nuts.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's definitely a fake thing he's doing. He just,
You start to realize after all the stuff he's saying, you're like, yeah, he's definitely shitting us.
Right. And another thing with him that I just observed, he was on, he and Oompaville are doing a podcast now.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the D-Fire Podcast, which stands for Dumpster Fire. Which somehow I ended up copying Oompaville again. I swear I plan these things like months out, and then he does them right before I do them. Like, I have a gun video on the way where, like, blow a bunch of stuff up with this, like, guy who owns a gun company. And then, like, the day of filming, Oompaville released a video where he was, like, shooting guns and blowing stuff up, and I was like, I can't get away.
Hey, you have the same mindset as him.
I do. Well, we were both homeschooled, like, our whole lives.
That's what gives you guys the very creative minds,
I guess,
shooting things.
Yep.
But
they're like, it'd be fun to blow up pumpkins.
But yeah, I get what you mean. You don't want to, like, have people see you as a parody channel to Oompaville, or like just somebody who's trying to copy their content. I
was told so far that I'm very similar. They're like, dude, your comedy is almost the same as his. Like, I chalked it up to like, I don't know, it must be a homeschool thing. I homeschool, I get funny as shit. I don't know.
I guess, yeah. Nobody's ever completely original. You ever hear the term "steal like an artist"?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically what you're doing. You take content from multiple YouTubers that you watch and multiple YouTubers that influence you, and you take all that stuff, make your own content. Not all of it's technically original. It's just stealing from multiple people and making it into something new. That's how basically art works for everything. You take
remix.
Take a source, because like how else are you gonna start? And then you take that, make it into something new, and that's basically what makes something original. Have you seen any new Life of Luxury videos?
I mean, just the one where they totally became self-aware, pretty much. Like, I haven't really watched any of the other ones. I'm kind of waiting to react to them. Like, I have the one that's like the where they become self-aware downloaded and ready to go. At some point, I want to get you back over here and do a reaction video to that, because I've done ones with other people for that channel, and the ones that I did with you were by far the funniest, so we're gonna have to do it more.
I agree. When we both record, it's quite a bit of funny going on. Quite a bit of funny business.
Lots of funny. Yeah, but I had people ask specifically for you back.
Really?
They were like, these, both of you are very funny together. When is he coming back? And I was like, I don't know. Gee, I don't know.
I'm able to find the time.
One of these days, the guy works like 24/7.
Yep. Especially with school going on.
Yep.
That didn't change the fact that I was working 40 hours a week. So basically, I'd wake up, go to school at 8 o'clock, get out at 3, go to work at 4, work till 11:30 at night. And then the entire cycle repeats.
Gotcha.
And I would do that for multiple days, maybe get a day or two off. And on that day or two off, I'm either sleeping to make up for the sleep deprivation, or whatever, being sleep deprived.
Or intensely watching VR porn.
Yes, because I recently spent $400 on an Oculus VR headset.
He's
just
got an
to watch
Oculus
porn.
too now. I got an Oculus too. We gotta get on and play.
We should.
Something.
We gotta play in the metaverse.
Yeah. Yep. We can buy a car in the metaverse. I can't believe that he thought that was going to be like a big thing, like, oh, you're going to buy property in the metaverse and it's going to be like a ridiculous amount of money. It's like,
I'm like, do you realize it's the same shit? Your only audience is going to be very rich people who have nothing better to do with their money.
That's inner city.
Yeah.
Like, I have a whole area to run around out here. I'm not about to lay down in that bed and put myself in a cryostasis, you know? I'm not about to be like, okay, I'm going to leave all this behind and go sleepy, and then just freaking wake up in the metaverse and be like, I'm going to spend like 100,000 real dollars on a virtual house.
That's what I hate about it. Like, the only way you're going to put that into good use is to brag about your friends that you just spent a shit ton of money on a virtual object.
Yep.
And that's not even going to be the case. You're just going to get laughed at.
Yes.
For wasting all of that money. Hey, look, I bought a real house in the real world for $100,000. What do you think of that?
Whoa, cool, dude. Want to see my virtual house? It's made of ones and zeros.
But yeah, I don't really know what's implied by that. I think Mark Zuckerberg is trying to, like, have us glued to a VR headset or something like that.
Maybe.
To, like, kind of displace us from reality. But that's...
Shut us down.
That's not really a good idea.
It'll be like that Adventure Time episode. They came across all these humans that were, like, all stuck in a VR world. And they had headsets that looked a lot like that. So I think, you know, it's kind of... They were doing that, you know? So they had these headsets and stuff, and they were just locked inside these, like, little, like, almost coffin-looking things that were like a big egg-looking, kind of, and they were, like, cryo chambers or whatever, only they just got older and they would die and stuff, and then the system would, like, kind of, I'm pretty sure, eat them and use them for fuel, like the Matrix. So, basically, they were just in this virtual world, and they're all sitting there like, get broadsword, like asleep.
Yeah, like, another reason it would be a bad idea is because you'll have somebody in the real world come and kill you.
Exactly.
And you'll be in your own little virtual world, like, oh, nobody's here in this virtual world coming to kill me, I must be fine.
Yep, you're going along like beep boop, beep
Somebody
boop,
breaks into your house, is right next to your
dead.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not something that I would be looking forward to. I don't want...
No,
I don't want AI, and I don't want VR to get too good.
No, it's another reason, or it's them wanting to keep track of people more, having more control over people. Like, when I first got the Oculus VR headset, they were like, oh, please put your credit card information, or just card information in. And so, whenever you want to make a purchase here, I don't know, you can just have all that saved. And I'm like, what the fuck do I want to purchase other than, like, a few VR games? But yeah, I don't really see it taking off anywhere, because as soon as the idea came out, people just started shitting on it, which I agree. That's a very good thing. That people automatically realize, like, hey, this is a stupid idea. We have some faith in humanity.
We got a little bit left. We don't need to, like, give it all up right now.
Yeah,
right?
Remember people were like, smartphones are going to be the end of the world because people are so... I don't know, they're so attached. And then you see how smartphones are now. Like, everybody just kind of adapted to it and stopped caring. Like, even a lot of old people now who hated touchscreen phones so much, have, like, Samsung Galaxy S20s now.
Got the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Hey, look at this. I can zoom in and take pictures of, like, microscopic stuff at the end of a needle. This is lit.
Yeah, it was something...
It's lit, as the kids say.
It was something that wasn't really a battle to, like, bring into the world. It was just, like, the newer generations and the people running the companies of phones were just like, we're gonna do this anyway, we don't care what we say. And yeah, people are just like, oh, I don't like it, but what the hell am I gonna do about it?
Yeah. I didn't really think that iPhones were going to be the end of it, but I did think, like, you know, man, this is, like, kind of the next step to it being the end of it, though. You know, like, iPhones won't kill us, but, like, VR might try to do it.
Like, the same concept might apply to VR in the metaverse. Like, they might just enforce it onto people.
Right.
Like, slowly over time without any battle going on, like, no fighting back. Because people will eventually just stop caring.
Mm-hmm.
And their bodies, or whatever themselves, will just naturally adapt to it.
Yep. Yeah, the one thing that very much scares me, and I've heard other people talk about this with the VR, is when things get to the point where it's you'll have like neural input, so that you can feel the VR in real life.
Yeah.
So you could just go into a cryostasis and you have unlimited adrenaline, unlimited sexual contact, no STDs, no pregnancies, no downside.
So wait, it's like basically messing with your nervous system.
Yeah, it would be like an input to the nervous system. So it would be like
So
you're in the VR world, your body's like basically shut down, and it's just inputting information as if you're gaining it from like your nervous system and your eyes and your nose and your mouth.
So it can just like give you a constant state of stimulation and like
that would be the scary next step. Yeah.
I mean, like, sure, you could be happy all the time and feel so energetic, but hell, you're attached to a VR headset and you're like in a virtual world. So what's the point? It's like a new kind of drug, basically.
Mm-hmm. Because the thing is like right now technology goes through like our senses as they are. So they put little screen things in front of your eyes, like that thing has lenses in it in front of your face, and they have speakers to input for ears, or you can get earplugs, whatever, right? And you have to speak through a microphone. But the next step is to just input into your brain, pretty much, to like skip the gap.
Yeah, as soon as they even remotely decide to put something in my brain, I might just kill myself from there. Like, well, sorry, I don't want to be alive for the meta world.
Right. Dude, like, nobody wants...
I don't think I'm missing out on too much.
Exactly. Like, I know, like, people like Zuckerberg and Musk and those guys have talked about, like, oh, just get an implant in the brain and it'll be fine. But then that leaves people like, do I want an implant in my brain, bro?
Yeah, like,
because,
just say that over again. Like, realize what the hell you just said.
Right. Well, see, that's how, like... Skynet gets put online and we start getting Terminators and stuff, or they start controlling people and you have like 1984 or the Matrix would be like the biggest scary thing, because if they implant a thing into your brain that can like basically tell you what you're feeling or whatever,
hell, they could just kill you.
Well, they could just shut you down too. It's like if they're like, well, we need to do something, let's turn society off, they can just knock everybody out and let them think they're doing their normal day.
Yeah, like
make them loop and put them right back where they were before, and they'll keep going like nothing happened. And it turns out they've been lying on the ground for like 9 hours.
Yeah, like what if they need to do something an under maintenance thing? They just shut everybody down for a few hours, and they're like, "All right, we're back."
Dude, putting society under maintenance, that would be kind of scary. See,
the
thing is, right, that if they do that, it's like if you're shut down. They just take control. Like, it's like a video game.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's
that's
like
exactly...
if we're playing Minecraft and you and I and everybody else are on survival, where if we die, we're dead, and it kills us in real life or whatever, and we try to, like, rise against the...
Sounds like Sword Art Online.
Oh, I remember that anime. I watched that. I saw that one. That was the only anime that I really watched. Ex-girlfriend didn't watch it.
Like, I watched the first episode, and... Well, I think I watched another anime, Spirited Away. You ever heard of that one?
I don't think so. I saw one other one that was an origami, but I barely watched it.
But yeah, those two, Cyberpunk 2077, that new anime that came out, only things I watched, like, anime related.
Right.
But, yeah, about, like, dying in the metaverse and then dying in real life, that corresponding. That's kind of scary to think about.
And the thing is like with that whole creative thing I was talking about, like, they can just put themselves in creative. Like, they can just go through, like, what are you gonna do, hit them? You can't.
Exactly. They'll always have some kind of administrative authority. Like, they'll always be above you in some way, because hell, they're the ones that made the metaverse, so like...
Right. Well, it's a Minecraft whitelist. Like, you have a server, and then you, like, put the people on it that you want to have, like, you know, basically God mode. You can just do whatever you want, and then everybody else is a bunch of plebs.
Well, yeah, like, and it's reasonable, too, because, like, if you were creating something really big, and you were putting, like, millions and millions of people in it, you would want to at least have some kind of control, because there's always going to be people trying to take you over and take control.
Yep. That's the natural way of it. Everything wants to engulf itself.
But, yeah, I only bought a VR headset just to have fun. Maybe, like, enjoy a nice, peaceful, like, environment. Even though it's not really the case, it's a screen, but I don't know, it's still fun now and then. Just you probably watch a video or two, having no background distractions.
Yep.
VR porn.
VR porn, yeah.
But, yeah.
Watch porn in the metaverse.
I actually gave myself a little bit more Christmas than my parents did.
Yeah?
Yeah, my parents got me the microphone, they got me electric toothbrush, body wash.
And then you bought VR porn?
Yes, I bought VR porn. Through the meta transaction.
There's free VR porn!
Mark Zuckerberg has somewhere in his file cabinet that Skyler Harrington on December 11th, 2022 bought sexy ebony VR experience.
57 gigabytes of hentai.
57 gigabytes, now we're talking.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that, all in all, I think I spent more on myself for Christmas than my parents did, because that Oculus VR headset was like over $400.
Dang.
And that was with the Black Friday sale that they applied to it. It was like $50, $60 off. So it was like, ended up $364 or whatever.
Yeah.
Then tax came along, so ended up being over $400 anyway. And yeah, I mean, it was a good purchase. I'm happy with it. It's just that, like, I can't have it on my face more than 20 minutes, or else I'm gonna get a massive migraine.
Right, that's the problem with them too. Like, I get, like, my eyes hurt, and I get, like, a migraine.
No, yeah, that stuff's naturally not good for you. Like, being attached to a screen that's, like, right up against your eyes.
What's gonna mess with, like, the lenses and stuff in your eyes, like, focus-wise? Like, you're focusing on a thing that's, like, right there. I don't know if it puts it out of focus so you can kind of perceive depth or what the deal is, but that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, and if, like, we're doing this whole metaverse thing where we're gonna be on the headset for your entire life, like, imagine taking it off after a few days. Yeah, you're probably gonna be blind.
Probably.
Or
at least you won't be able to freaking walk around. Like, I assume like your balance would be all screwed up. You like lay there for 3 days or whatever, and you're like all of a sudden you get up and you're just like, it's like what you have, you're like iron deficient. You get like the lights times like 700, and you just like stand up and face plant.
No, yeah, how you perceive everything, it's gonna be like entirely altered or warped.
Well, there's got to be like small little alterations too, like what, like, you know, I touch this dresser, like sometimes your hands go through stuff a little bit or whatever. Like real life would be like you'd have to get used to it again. It'd take you like a couple hours probably.
Have to get used to touching stuff.
Yeah, people would be having like, you know, they'd get addicted to it. They'd be having muscle atrophy. Like they would just lay there for like 3 weeks and like they wouldn't be able to move. Yeah. They'd have people in the emergency rooms for it. And like physical therapy would be crazy busy.
It's definitely not good physically. But who cares? Metaverse.
That's right. We're getting there. We're advancing. We're gonna die from starvation because nobody will be making food or anything. They'll be all in the metaverse.
Oh boy.
Can barely get people to work now as it is.
No, I felt that.
How's the staff going over there at BK?
I was actually just about to mention that.
Burger King.
So we have hired a lot of new people, But we've also lost a bunch of new people because they realize what kind of work environment we're in, and that's, you kind of always have to be doing something.
Do the thing, or...
Yeah, that's how the job is. Or you'll get called out for it, and if you don't change
Right.
the way you are, you're out. Or everybody will hate you to the point where you want to leave. But
Right.
yeah, we recently had this one, it's a Puerto Rican guy, his name's Yeye, and he was there for a surprising amount of time from what I was expecting. 2 months, about a little more than that. But yeah, he finally walked out a couple of days ago for no reason, so that drew the line for all of the managers, and I think they're deciding to terminate him. So he better hope he never walks back there, because
We have people walk out.
Mm-hmm.
At Wise, they just leave.
Oh yeah.
They just, in the middle of their shift, they're like, "I'm done."
Yeah.
And they just walk out the door.
Yeah, one of the coworkers that I told you, that the one I hooked up with she lived in CC. See, look, we got very creative names, Yeye, and then we got CC. But yeah, she...
It's like Ye, you got Kanye, it becomes Ye.
Mm-hmm.
Creative.
Yeah. At one point, she just simply walked out.
Yeah.
And because our manager was Matt, he didn't really give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she got no repercussions whatsoever. But as soon as Yeye walks out, like, we were just waiting for him to screw up because we didn't want him there.
Mm-hmm.
So we could, like, finally terminate him. But, yeah.
Gotta can the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotta go.
Yeah, it seemed like after our two original managers, Matt and John, after those two people left, we got a whole set of new managers.
Why are your
new
managers'
employees.
names the whitest names on earth? And I'm saying that as like
I don't know.
like the whitest man on earth myself.
This is a Burger King in, like, Central PA, so,
True.
like, you know, you got a basic white name, you're hired as a manager.
Yep.
We do have a manager named Nikita, which is, I don't know, just sounds really funny because it sounds like Nokita.
Yeah.
I think I called her that a couple times. She didn't like it.
No.
Yeah, but she's, oh my god, I don't even know where to begin with her.
Oh,
Because-
geez.
After we got 3 new managers after 2 of them left. One said they had COVID, never came back.
Are you sure they're not dead?
No, because they recently liked one of my Facebook posts.
Well, like, yeah, I guess
So
you can
I'm
tell
like,
people
okay,
live from
probably
that
not.
these
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we have our 2 new managers, like I said, and then Keith. I don't like either of them. Because one of them, she is very pushy. And, like, I get that she is pushing everybody to get things done, but sometimes she goes a little overboard. Sometimes she kind of yells at people for no reason when they're trying their best. I was managing fryers and boards, like sandwich boards at one point. I basically covered everything during a rush. And, like, I forgot to put onion rings down, but that was because, you know, you can only do so much. So she comes up to the fryers and she's like, I need onion rings down. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You didn't have to complain about anything else because it's been dropped and it's been made for you, and the moment it's just onion rings that you were missing, you have to give me shit for it.
Right.
But yeah, she does that with not just me, but like a lot of other people too. And
Yeah.
that only scratches the surface of her management there. She has lied multiple times, including involving stuff with the drawers and like how much money there's in it and like sales we made and stuff. Yeah, we're starting to catch on the idea that she's been taking money from the drawers, and like she's been complaining. She complains to me almost every night of how short the drawers are. She's like, our drawer is $20 short, and I'm like, okay, I'm not a manager, I don't fucking care. I'm here to do what I'm supposed to do and leave.
Right.
When it comes to money, that's your problem. So yeah, she's like, No, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I think it was this employee who did this because they were the last person who. I'm like,
you gotta be careful with that, man. She might try to frame you.
No, yeah, I believe she did at one point.
Yeah.
Like the time where I asked for a certain amount of $20 bills.
Mm-hmm.
Not a certain amount. I asked for 20s because I owed this guy one, and there was none in the drawer. She gives me a certain amount. I hand the guy 120. And apparently the drawer was $20 short at the end of the day. So, and then she said, "Oh, you must have handed out the wrong amount." I'm like, okay, not a big deal. I know I make mistakes.
Could be.
And next day I got written up for it. Luckily it was just a verbal warning. But later on, after like people catching on to her lying about multiple things, I'm starting to reconsider that I did not hand out the wrong amount of money.
Maybe it wasn't a mistake.
Yeah, maybe she was the one who fucked up and then blamed me for it.
Or she just...
Yeah. And I'm actually surprised because I should be the last person she would do that to. I am the one who... I'm like one of the only people who always stays on tasks. Or tasks. Shouldn't. And yeah, she's never like... said anything bad about me behind my back.
Yeah.
Like she does to almost every employee there. She hates this one manager who shows up like 2-3 days a week, but that's because she's a National Guard and she's working on a degree in engineering, I think. And at the same time, yeah, she's a Burger King manager. Literally went to a university for Burger King. And she was like, yeah, I don't like her. Like, she's always...
Interesting.
I'm like, you know why I think you don't like her? It's because she does not look like a drug addict like you do. She does not make a lot of mistakes.
She makes a lot of money. She does her job right. So, obviously. Job right.
And she's got a completely other life in front of her, other than Burger King.
Yep.
And when she said one time that, oh, at least I'm not working in fast food the rest of my life, Nikita got so pissed.
Yep.
She's like, you know, Mark's a manager, Mark works in fast food, Ryan works in fast food, she just shit on everybody who works here. And I'm like,
We're not spending the rest of our lives in fast food, though.
I was like, I think you're only pressed about it because you know for a fact that you probably can't go anywhere else. She let out, from what I heard, that she got fired from being an accountant instead of left. Which makes sense because there's been times where like she counted wrong and stuff. So, and she, I think, slipped out one time to one of our coworkers that she got fired.
Ooh.
And plus, it doesn't make sense for you to go from an accountant to a Burger King manager who lives off of hourly wage of like $14, $15 an hour. Like that, if you think about it, that seems like a downgrade.
Right.
So yeah, we're starting to think that she did terrible as an accountant.
Yep.
Made many mistakes, got fired.
Oh yeah.
And here she is.
Keep talking, I'm just checking cameras again.
Alrighty.
You gotta always check them.
But yeah, a lot of people are starting not to like her. And not only that, but every day she's like getting more and more pushy, and her tone of voice, I could tell, was getting more angry. So I don't know how long it's gonna be until something just sparks.
Some snaps. And
then like that all ends, and then we just get a new set of managers, new set of people. Oh shit, my leg's shaking. Because it felt like to be honest, felt like a completely different place when we had the previous managers. Because they knew what they were doing. They've been there since like 2018.
Right.
They know exactly what to do. We were never set up to fail a closing shift.
Yeah.
Because there was no possible way we could have been completely f***ed. But our new managers now, they do not know how to do the broiler. They do not know how to manage the fryers.
You go.
And guess who knows how to do all that stuff? The workers. Somebody who is not allowed to do it until they are 18.
Yep.
Yeah, like at one point I actually didn't know something on how to manage the Friars, so I asked both and the other new manager.
They didn't know either, did they?
Nope. They were like, I think he, I'm not sure. I'm like, wow. And you guys were trained too, I think.
They should have been.
Yeah, they definitely were.
You'd think they would have been.
They basically share a shift with somebody who's been there longer, a manager who's been there longer, and they show them around. They show them how to do the count the inventory, count all the money, safes, everything like that. But they're never taught how to do Friars, broiler, stuff like that in case nobody else can do it.
That's dumb.
So that's why they've been dependent on me to do all that stuff, because I learned from a coworker who's been there. They taught me everything. It's literally not rocket science.
Yeah.
The problem is the managers are just not open to learning new things, because that means they have to do more.
The lid, not absorbing it.
The other manager is Keith. Now he's not too bad. All in all, as a person, he is pretty good. He was actually in the military for a while.
For privacy's sake, this personal information has been redacted.
But yeah, like, he still manages to, like, keep himself under control and be nice to everybody. The problem is, he said he has ADHD. And
So it's everything done in particular. My dad definitely has that. He won't admit it, but he definitely has it.
No,
At some point, my dad will be in a video, and then you guys will see. You'll be like, "Oh my gosh, he sure does have ADHD! Holy crap!"
No, but a lot of people I know have it. Say they have it. Hell, I don't even know if I have it or not.
Who knows? I could freaking have it. It's like, it's kind of a wide array of crap. Like, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, you could just be like a normal person, or you could have it, and it's also kind of just, it's an umbrella term at this point. They use it for everything. Yeah,
basically, I think everybody has a little bit of it. Like, you always have your moments where you're staring off into space and, like, don't know what the fuck you're doing.
You know what I call that?
What?
How motivated you are, how much you care about doing shit, or how spacey you might be as a person.
Exactly, like...
Doesn't have to be a medical diagnosis, like, oh, this person has 1% ADHD.
No, yeah, like, the reason why I have a hard time paying attention in school is because I don't really find the topics that interesting, so my mind just easily takes the attention away. Yeah. But Keith, other than he's a good person, but it's just his management skills. He has a lot to improve on. He procrastinates. I know that. When he's around, he's basically talking to all of our coworkers instead of, like, instructing them to do things, which I think should be prioritized over having conversations with them.
My question is how old do you need to be a manager? How long until you just wipe them out?
I think as soon as you're an adult, you're able to apply for a management position. But I don't think I'm going to be there when I'm 18. No, like...
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, like, for all the shit that's been going on at that place, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna move on with my life other than fast food.
Maybe I don't need all this.
Yeah, constantly. Like, there's other stuff I'm planning on doing, so... But yeah, Keith needs to work on, like, knowing when to do something and when is the right time to do something, because I have been doing most of the closing tasks by myself without any manager guide, or without anybody to guide me towards it.
Right.
Because they've been all, like, I don't know, having conversations up front. I've seen them screwing around multiple times with other coworkers, and I'm just like, you do realize that we cannot be here till like 1 o'clock in the morning doing all the closing stuff. Especially not me, because
I gotta freaking go. I got stuff to do, Go to sleep. You got school in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they don't realize that, and that's why they're like, oh, and the reason why most of the people just sit there and around is because they're not the ones closing. Because they're what they call pre-closers. They stay till 9, 10 o'clock. They're like, oh, whatever I don't get done, not my problem. I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess who it falls back on? That's why I'm so serious about it.
Right.
That's why I want to make sure everything gets done right and at a good time. That way I can sleep at night.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, the stores are just as bad. I work retail, obviously, and stores are a mess, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, trying to think if I ever got blamed for any... I did. So, the one time, there was... So, there are these water packages, and they're, like, maybe this big, right? And they come wrapped together in a package like this big, and then you cut the package in half and put the two individual things on the shelf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to make the thing that they come on more stable and all that. They're wrapped.
Yeah.
So, apparently the one night when I was there, somebody other than me took them and put them in the shelf, and they did not unwrap them at all.
And you got blamed for it.
Yep, so they're just these big things of water. And then, I guess management was like, how did this happen? And they were like, it must have been that stupid Brendan kid. And they were like, okay, that makes sense. We don't know him that well. And then I guess my direct manager, we call him Biggs, he's a cool guy, he was like, there's no way in hell that Brendan did that at all. And they were like,
exactly.
Really though?
Once you prove yourself to be a hard worker in a place like that, and your managers notice it, well, not only do they expect a lot from you, but like a lot of times they let you have a lot more freedom. You can do a lot more stuff, and they won't care because you do your job anyway.
Yep.
And they don't have to talk to you multiple times. And when something like that, as you just said, happens, they're like, no, I don't think he would do that.
Well, what ended up happening, though, was, I guess, he basically went like, no, I don't think there's any way in hell that he did this. And then I guess the guy who definitely did do it, because it was only like one other guy there, was like, no, he did it. And then Biggs called me, and he's like, hey, they're telling me you did this thing. Do you think you did it? Because they're trying to figure out who's been just kind of like, leaving stuff around or whatever. And I said, well, if it helps, I wasn't in that aisle at all last night. I didn't stock anything in that aisle. So if you want to check the security cameras and see what person was in that aisle, there's your answer.
They probably didn't even check the cameras. They probably just believed you.
They might have checked the cameras. I don't know. I didn't see that guy again. That's all I know. All I know is he wasn't on my shift anymore.
Well, he definitely got fired for slacking right there.
Probably. Yeah, they don't like you kind of slack off and stuff. There's a lot of other stuff that they tolerate, I've found, but they really hate it. Like if you don't do your job generally, like some places, they just kind of let that stuff go. But
yeah, you know how you get a really productive work environment? You eliminate all the people who slack there, make yourself understaffed, so that way people are a lot more flexible and know like, oh shit, I really need to get stuff done. Have them have that mindset build up over time, and then boom,
that's what my workplace has been like.
Like, you see all the new people come in, and you finally realize, like, what the hell? They're doing nothing.
Yep.
I do so much more work than them. That's what happened at Burger King for a while, because around the time Matt and John left, we were very understaffed. That's why I was closing so many.
Go ahead and keep talking.
But yeah, as soon as the new people started to come, I was like, what the hell? I train these people to do a lot of stuff. They're like screwing around. They're standing. They're always in the break room. And I was just like, why the hell am I doing all this stuff? While I'm doing all this stuff. And you have so many people who could get their hands dirty and just actually be productive. But yeah, that's how, when that new wave of people came, along with the new managers, we hired a bunch of people. Some people left because they weren't in for the ride of being very productive.
Right.
And the people who stayed adapted to us, and they're almost as hardworking as we are.
Mm.
But yeah, back when I first started, though, I do admit I was kind of slacking, but as a 15-year-old who can only work 18 hours a week and can only work till 7 on weekdays, what all was I supposed to do?
Right.
That's why nobody really taught me anything. They were just like, okay, you'll do the customer service stuff, bagging orders, hanging out. Don't worry about all the background work, the pre-closing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. As soon as I turned 16, I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to put in as many hours as I can as a 16-year-old.
There you go.
And yeah, they
Get
sure
lots
as hell
of money.
did. They sure as hell did, because I'm working 40 hours a week now.
Yep.
And I made myself a lot more productive.
Excellent.
Yeah. That's one of the only reasons why I still work there, just to keep a very productive mindset and prepare myself for the real world. Realize that not everything is handed to you. A lot of times got to do stuff yourself to make it happen.
Yep. Well, it is 3:39.
I have all my work stuff. So whenever we're ready, we can just...
What time do you need to be there?
4.
We better leave. All right, well, thank you very much, everybody, for showing up to the podcast.
And listening to our rants about workplace.
Yep. Other stuff, VR and stuff.
I don't know what camera to look at for the outro. Let's look at the new one we just got, or you just got.
I don't think it can even see me. Look at that one up there.
Okay, we will see you guys
when we see you guys.
When he wants to get with me again, maybe we'll make a reaction video.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you hear Andrew Tate got arrested?
Yeah, I heard about that. You know Moist Critical?
Yeah.
Yesterday I got a recommended video about him saying Andrew Tate just got arrested. I'm like,
yeah, he got arrested in Romania. Supposedly for, like, human trafficking, but I kind of doubt it, because the news that I got, it looks like the government basically gave up that, and now they're trying to get him for money laundering, and they dropped the other stuff. I think it might be a load of crap, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Bro's like bringing back masculinity and then goes to Romania.
Romania.
Does underground trafficking.
There you go.
Oh boy.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the heck happens with that, because that's going to be really, really interesting. Especially if they're freaking wrong and they just arrested this very popular public figure.
Oh yeah, especially Andrew Tate, who's been like one of the most controversial people.
Yep. It's not going to be good.
Alright, I'm Skyler Harrington.
And I'm Brendan.
See you later, alligator.
Bye-bye.
This has been the Adventure14 podcast. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that everything with Andrew Tate gets settled out. Also, I hope we never ever have VR that inputs direct anything into your nervous system or brain. And I hope that whoever it was, because I had to redact the name, at Skyler's job who was maybe stealing money, goes bye-bye.